Καλησπέρα σας. We have the honor and the pleasure to have with us Mr. Makepeace and Luca Filippa from FTSE, the mind and the head of FTSE, now FTSE Russell, now one of the biggest business of LSE today, but we have the privilege to have relationship 20 years from now on, by the time that it was FTSE alone. It is the event that we are celebrating the 20 years of cooperation, which I believe for Athens Stock Exchange was important because it was the first initiative that we have taken to open the market to the international investors, successful so far as nowadays we have 60% of our investors coming from abroad, from 50 to 60 in order to be more concrete. And of course, I would like to thank from here Makepeace for giving us the opportunity by being today with us to celebrate this cooperation. Thank you very much. Thank you, Mike.
Thank you. Thank you, Socrates. I've opened and closed the markets on the New York Stock Exchange, NASDAQ, London, and in Hong Kong. But opening or closing the market here in Athens today, I can put right up there as one of the highlights. And certainly you have more gadgets to play with here in Greece than any other market, I think. We have had a long relationship with the Athens Stock Exchange, and it's been a very fruitful and collaborative relationship where I hope we have benefited the Greek market. It has certainly benefited FTSE. Over 20 years ago, when we were here, when we launched the first FTSE ATHEX index, I don't think any of us sort of could foresee the changes that all markets worldwide would go through, and the changes that the Greek market would go through. So it's a great pleasure to be back now after 20 years. And it's in a year when in 2017, the Greek market is one of the best performing markets. You know, there is a change, and you can see that this is a market where international investors should be paying attention and should be more focused. And if we can help the Greek market in that way, then we'd be delighted to do that. The Athens Stock Exchange was our first exchange relationship. FTSE itself was established in the very end of '95. And in September '97, we launched the FTSE ATHEX index. So it was our first exchange partnership. And this was before FTSE was owned by the London Stock Exchange. Since then, we've taken this same model to over 18 exchanges around the world. So we've learned from this experience, and it's not just, hopefully, this market that's benefited, but markets all over the world. So I'm delighted to be here and be delighted to be supporting Socrates and ATHEX. So thank you very much, everyone.
I believe that for the purpose of the ceremony, the chairman of the Institutional Investors Association will give it to you, who is also user of ATHEX FTSE.
Thank you. Thank you. It's a pleasure. Thank you.
Yeah, but now you have to...
Now I have to ring it.